What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to The Prestige, where we break down every UFC card, bringing you the winning picks and making us some money. My name is Mike, and today we're looking at UFC 316, Dvalishvili versus O'Malley 2, a card packed with two title fights, rising contenders, finishers, and the only American Olympian gold medalist in judo. Let's dive in. All right, the main event. Let's start with Sugar Sean. You know the deal. Long, rangy striker, sniper-like accuracy, and some of the cleanest timing in the division. That pull counter right hand, filthy. He's slick at using feints to bait guys to walk into his shots. Here's the thing, though. Sean's takedown defense might be improved, but it still can't be on the level to take down Merab, or to defend somebody like Merab. He moves well, but if he gets flat on his back, it's over. The Sugar Sean gets shut off. The Sugar Sean show, done. Now, Merab, this dude, he's a machine. He's one of my favorite fighters, to be honest. I used to think he was boring, but I love him. He should play Wolverine. Like, this guy is unstoppable. He averages over 6.5 takedowns over per 15 minutes. So per fight, or per 15 minutes, because he fights 5 rounders now. It's crazy how relentless he is. If you stuff one, he's already trying to take you down another one or trip you or move on to the next one. Doesn't do a lot of damage. He uses submission attempts just to kind of get you in different positions. He doesn't usually squeeze too hard. He might, if he gets one locked in on Sean, he might go for a submission. But he just tries to sap your energy and make you second guess every strike. By round 3, Sean O'Malley was just dying to breathe last fight. So I think it's no brainer. I rewatched this fight 2 times just to see what was going on. If there was a chance that Merab doesn't win this. Sean's been training with Mighty Mouse. He's been training with Izzy. I just don't think it's enough. Merab's just that guy. He's just another level of beast. And I think Sean he's going to have to move up or just wait for Merab to retire because Merab's got his number and Sean has no chance. So Sugar Sean, the Sugar Show, gets canceled this weekend. Next up, we got the co-main event, Juliana Pena against Kayla Harrison for the women's bantamweight title. Juliana Pena, she's defending the title against Kayla Harrison. She's known for just being gritty. She's a big girl. She's kind of awkward, like lumbering, I feel like. And she's known for her upset victory over Amanda Nunes, which she got just dominated the next time they fought. I think she just got lucky. Caught Amanda Nunes slipping because Amanda didn't lose forever. And now she's going up against Harrison, who's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in judo. The only American to ever do it in judo. The clash of styles should be intriguing. I feel like Harrison should be able to implement her judo and control Pena on the ground. I think she will win by, submission or decision, but it's on. I think Kayla Harrison wins by submission or decision, period. Pena's she's only fought once a year since winning the Ultimate Fighter. That's not very long for it to be the title holder. Like, come on, let's get a real champ in there, one that wants to fight. I've seen more ads with Juliana Pena on it than fights for Juliana Pena. For as long as she's been around, I should know her inside and out, and I don't. So let's go, Kayla Harrison. Win by sub or decision. Let's go. All right, we got Joe Pyfer taking on Kelvin Gastelum for a middleweight bout. Joe Pyfer takes on Gastelum. Pyfer has knockout power, and I know he's got a lot of jiu-jitsu. He was on the Joe Rogan show talking about it and his struggles growing up and his life and all that. I know he basically was a jiu-jitsu fighter, and then he found his power and his striking. I think he has I don't know if he can knock out Gastelum. Gastelum is known to just have a granite chin. He's never lost by knockout. I don't even know if he's been knocked down. Like, Gastelum is a freak. He has been submitted, though. So he has decent takedown defense, but I think Pfeiffer could get him kind of rocked on the ground or on the feet. Like I think he can get rocked. Um, and then I think it'll be like a club and sub. I think Pfeiffer gets him out first or second round. Let me see my notes just to see if I'm missing anything. Pfeiffer, his cardio might be a little bit questionable, and he had that weird sickness last time this fight was scheduled. So I don't know what that was all about. He said it was food poisoning, but we'll see. God, Gaslam's like 33 years old. He feels like he's 50 with how long he's been around. His war with Izzy, like he's been around, and for him never to get knocked out, like that's saying something. But Pfeiffer could knock him out. He's taking some beatings. I think Pfeiffer inside the distance is a safe bet, or just Pfeiffer money line. I think the odds are still good. So we'll go with Pfeiffer money line on that one. He takes out the vet. Let's get some new ranked guys on there. All right, now this one is guaranteed chaos. Kevin Holland versus Vicente Luque. If you're looking for a chill, laid back striking match, ain't happening. Holland is unpredictable in the best and the worst ways. He's long, rangy, slick on the feet, surprisingly dangerous on the ground when he decides to go there. But sometimes he fights more like he's on a podcast than a cage, chatting, goofing, playing with food. When he's locked in, though, his right hand can be a sniper weapon. Luque, on the other hand, is a certified war criminal when it comes to damage. Dude's chin, heart, and pressure are unmatched. He's taken a lot of damage throughout his career, and in his last few fights showed some wear and tear, especially in a knockout loss to Jeff Neal. That said, he still has power, he's still got a great jab, and one of the most underrated guillotines in the game. Stylistically, this one screams violence. Holland's got the length and speed to snipe from the outside, and if Luque gets reckless, Holland's counter game can shine, but if Holland gets dragged into a war that plays right into Luque's wheelhouse, it can get bad. I'm going to be honest. I vowed to never, ever, ever, ever bet on Kevin Holland ever again in my life because he just doesn't give a shit about his career. So I shouldn't give a shit about it if he wins or loses, or wins or loses. If I'm being real, Kevin Holland could win this fight. But this is how the fight's going to play out. It'll be a striking match until Kevin Holland will inevitably overswing. He will fall into Vicente Luque. He'll end up on the ground, and Vicente Luque will control the match from there on. Whether it's he's going to choke him out or he's going to beat the shit out of him on the ground. Kevin Holland, he just doesn't care, and he always is off balance when he swings, and he always falls forward, always gets taken down, and it all depends on if his opponent lets him up or not from then. So we'll see. Kevin Holland could win by knockout. Vicente Luque has been knocked out by people with way less power than Holland. I wouldn't bet on Holland for anything, and I think Luque wins. I just think Holland's not that good anymore. I think he was good for when he was fighting the bums, and now he's fighting people that actually have a heartbeat and can fight. He just doesn't have a chance, and he's all karma, or he's all charisma, and he's got some boxing. That's about it from what I've seen. All right, let's talk about this sneaky banger at bantamweight. Patchy Mix versus Mario Bautista. Two dudes on some serious win streaks. Only one of them looks to be a future champ, though. Patchy Mix is a problem. He's tall, rangy, and insanely dangerous on the ground. Dude has 13 submission wins, and it just keeps wrapping people up like Christmas presents. He's patient, calculated, definition of control when he gets on top. Then you got Mario Bautista. He's slick on the mat. He's got a high fight IQ. He's got a solid 5-fight win streak. He's sub Brian Kelleher, taking decisions off grinders. He's got his top control is no joke. He's got really good leg kicks. They're disgusting. He's never faced a submission artist like Mix, though. And against somebody this lethal in scrambles, one mistake and he's going to be locked up, I think, maybe. But Mix has also been looking like a guy hitting his prime. He smoked Rufion Stoltz with a flying knee and then just casually choked down Magomedov. And he's not just winning, he's just destroying people. Bautista's best path here is to just avoid the grappling. It's the best he could just kick out his legs, beat him with volume. But Mix also uses leg kicks and also can strike. So I think it's Patchy Mix via submission. I don't even know if there's a chance for a decision. I think, unfortunately, Bautista is good, but Patchy Mix he's a champ level fighter. He's just making his debut. He's a shiny new tool here at the UFC. So it's high level stuff, a high level fight. I like both fighters, but I think Mix has the edge on finishing ability, and I think that's the difference. So let's move on. If you want to bet for the next fight down the card, I'm all locked in. Let's go. Right, time for Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. Bruno Silva is a dynamic striker with a background in Muay Thai. Silva has secured multiple Performance of the Night bonuses in the UFC. He boasts a high striking accuracy and has demonstrated resilience in grappling exchanges. He has finishes in both submissions and KOs, I believe. He was fighting Josh Van. He was known for his speed and agility. Van utilizes a mix of striking and wrestling to outperform his opponents. He has a very solid takedown defense. He's a challenging matchup for grapplers because of that. I think Josh Van is amazing. I think he's going to be a title holder eventually. I have lost almost every bet on Josh Van, just forewarning you. I faded him when I shouldn't, and I bet on him when I shouldn't. But I'm done now. I'm done fading the man. He's just very good at. He's solid all around, which is what you need for the lighter divisions for sure. He averages 8.1 significant strikes per minute with 54% accuracy rate. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. I think he's just got it. Bruno Silva, I like his nickname. He's kind of like a dog. Like, he's gonna fight. He's a very balanced fighter. I think he's got 12. He's 12 years older than Josh Van. That's got to account for something. Like, Van's got high output and accuracy. He's good at maintaining distance. Silva's definitely got the ground game on lock. I just don't think he'll be able to get Van down regularly for it to matter much. I think Van wins by decision. There could be a finish, but I see this going to a decision. It's usually later weight classes in a bigger ring. If this is Apex, finishes usually go up about 10%. I just researched that. So I go Josh Van by decision. All right, women's strawweight division fight: Wang Kong versus Ariana De Silva. Wang Kong is making her UFC debut after a strong regional run in China. She is preliminary as striker with very kick heavy, throws with volume, and likes to stay on the outside. She's not a huge finisher, but she racks up points with movement and volume. The downside, her defense isn't airtight, and she hasn't been tested against high-level grapplers yet. On the flip side, Ariana De Silva, also making her debut, is all about grappling. Black belt jiu-jitsu, solid top control, and she's got sick transitions once she gets it down. She's had issues with striking defense in her past fight, but she gets it close to distance, and she gets a trip or a body lock, the opponent's in trouble. This is a classic striker versus grappler. Wang Kong's best shot is to stuff the takedowns, kick her legs, and pepper De Silva at range. For De Silva, it's all about level changes, pressure, and make it ugly. I think she drag it to the mat, grind, and look for the back take. I think Kong Wang should look to use her own grappling advantage, or offensive grappling, to try and take Ariana De Silva down, because in Contender Series fight, De Silva she just laying on her back. Um, and it didn't look like she was even trying to get up. So we'll see. I go with Wang. I think by decision, but De Silva could, with their grappling advantage, get a submission. So I'm picking Wang. Probably not going to bet it at all, but if I was betting, it would probably be De Silva via submission, just for the better odds and for the realisticness. But with my tape study, I think Wang Kong's got a better chance. Silva just doesn't have any power, and she just didn't look very impressive to me. But what's the next match on the prelims? Let's move in. Let's dive into this exciting heavyweight matchup: Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Sergey Polar Bear Spivak, 17-5. He's 30 years old. He's 6'3". He's got a 78-inch reach. He's a Sambo fighting style. He's known as a polar bear. He's a grappling specialist with a strong background in Sambo. He's secured 6 wins by knockout and 8 by submission in his career. He's coming off of a loss to Jalton Almeida, but he has notable victories over fighters like Derek Lewis and Marcin Tybura. He's going up against Waldo Salsa Boy Cortez Acosta. His record is 13-1. He's 33 years old. He's 6'4" and 78-inch reach. He's a very good boxing style. He's nicknamed the Salsa Boy. He's a professional boxer with a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's on a 4-fight winning streak, including a recent TKO victory over Ryan Spann. Matchup's basically grappling against striking. Sergey's path to victory is he uses his grappling, takes him to the ground, either seeks a submission or just holds him down. Acosta keeps the fight up, standing, leverages his boxing skills, and just pieces him up from the outside. I think Spivak, I love Waldo Cortez. I think he has a very real chance. I think it's either Cortez by decision or Spivak by submission. Although Spivak could win by decision too, I would go moneyline Spivak, actually. Just making up my mind on the fly here. As much as I love Cortez Acosta, I think Spivak's just got too many paths to victory, and Acosta is shown to be, he can be controlled on the ground. So hopefully my man Waldo can pull it off, but I'm going to go with Servac this time. Now we're on the next one. All right, we're going to go with Jekka Sergi against Ju Sang Yu, and I apologize if I am mispronouncing these names. It's not my specialty to be multilingual. Jekka is 14-4. He's 30 years old. He's 5 foot 8 inches tall. He's got a 69-inch reach advantage. Or 69 inches in reach, not a 69-inch reach advantage. Holy crap. He fights using a wushu fighting style. He's from Indonesia. He's known for explosive striking and dynamic kicking. He has the nickname Lethal Kicker. So there you go. He's got 9 out of 14 wins coming by knockout. He brings a fan-friendly style to the octagon. Although he recently got taken down and submitted by Weston Wilson recently, so he does have a vulnerability to the ground. He's going up against Ju Sang Yu, who is 8-0, 31 years old, and he is a 5 foot 9 inches tall, and I don't have his reach. He's fighting out of South Korea. He enters the UFC. This is his debut with a 8-0 undefeated record, and he has a well-rounded skill set. He's got 3 knockouts, 1 submission, and 4 decisions, so he can win any way. His recent fight, he had a first-round TKO, so he's got power. He can grapple. Good fighter. Seragi, sorry. He strikes with unorthodox angles, and he does have very powerful kicks. So you've got to get him a little bit grappled up. I think he can exploit Seragi. I think Seragi's experience will help him, but I think Yu is not ready to take that to ruin his O yet. I think Ju Sang Yu will win by submission or decision in this fight. And that is my breakdown. Who are you picking for that fight? All right, it's time to break down a classic striker versus just chaos matchup. Azamat Mirzakhanov versus Brenson Ribeiro. Sorry, these names are just hard. Let's start with Azamat. Dude's built like a tank, and he hits like a truck. Undefeated until his last fight. He's got some real pop in the left hand and a surprising gas tank for a stocky light heavyweight. He doesn't throw volume, but when he lets it go, it hurts. He's also got a solid wrestling defense and some good composure when he gets in some wild exchanges. Brenton Ribeiro, however, he's just a wild man. He's got wild man energy. He's big. He's got explosive. He's all about early chaos. He's hittable, but he also throws with some serious intent. Spinning stuff, knees, hooks from the hip. The guy's dangerous early, but very hittable. He tends to fade if he doesn't get you out of there in round one. He's like an old school Michel Piera in that way. He feels like a test of patience versus panic. Azamat's a way cleaner technical fighter. If he can survive the storm, he can take over. Ribeiro is knockout or bust vibes. But that's a tough. This dude stays calm under pressure like Azamat. I got to go with Azamat Mirzakhanov. His smart technical pressure usually beats wild unpredictability. Usually, if he survives, I think his left hand just might hit Ribeiro's chin and knock him out. I'm looking for a late round knockout. So let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, I love this fight. Let's talk about this. It might not be on your radar, but it should be. Quiltin Skalkild versus Yanal Ashmuz. It could go from 0 to 60 real quick. Skalkild is bringing that classic Australian brawler energy. He's got long limbs, awkward. He's got a lot of confidence. He's got that tricky switch stance. He likes the blitz with combos. He's feints. Reminds me of a budget Jamie Malarkey. Not super polished, definitely aggressive. Yanal Ashmuz. This dude, I love this dude. He's built like a fire hydrant. He throws like one. He KO'd Sam Patterson stiff in his debut. Straight overhand missile out of nowhere. He's got a wrestling background, which is surprising. I thought he was a striker at first, but he's a grappler that can strike. He's got a very low center of gravity, a good fighting stance, good defensive guy. He can get hit, but he throws with serious intent. Very early, he throws with intent. Here's some red flags. Cardio. If he doesn't get you out early, his output drops hard. But that also works the same for Skalkild. He might tire out. I like Ashmuz to win. I think this is going to be just a war, like a fight of the night. I think it'll be Skalkild with activity and pressure. He's like an O'Malley. This is like O'Malley against like a Fazeev type, like just a hitter. So I think either Skalkild by decision or Ashmuz by knockout. But I like Ashmuz a lot. I hope he goes on a streak because I want to see him fight for a long time. All right, let's talk about this potential sleeper scrap. Markel Medeiros versus Mark Choinsky. I'm not sure if it's on this card, but I'm breaking it down because it just got added to the UFC Tapology page. So we're going to break it down for you. Medeiros is coming in hot. He's tall, he's rangy southpaw. He trains with the legit squad at Killcliff Fight Club, and he's got some serious snap on that left hand. What stands out is his composure for young fighters. For a young fighter, he doesn't just swing wild. He sets traps, he works behind the jab, and when he pulls the trigger, it's clean. Choinsky, however, is a scrapper. You may know him from Cage Warriors. He's gritty, powerful, and built for chaos. He's a bit stiff in his striking, but he makes up for it with pressure and power. He's got a handful of submissions too, but he's not lost on the mat. His gas tank has been a hit or miss when he's dragged into the deeper rounds. Statistically, this is range and timing versus pressure and grit. Medeiros wants to play it smart. stay behind that jab, and force Choinsky to walk into something. Choinsky just wants to brawl, close the distance, land heavy hooks, and maybe drag him to the mat to make it messy. If Medeiros can manage distance and stay disciplined, he's got the cleaner tools. But if Choinsky can make this messy, don't count him out. But I got Markel Medeiros by decision. But I think it's a good test for both. I'm excited to see what Choinsky can do in the UFC. All right, let's break down one of the most explosive matchups on the card. This is a late edition. I hope it's on the card. There's been so many fights in the last year that just I don't want to go on a rant with the UFC. It's unpredictable completely. But Andreas Gustafsson might debut against Chaos Williams. And if that happens, somebody's probably going to go to sleep. I liked Gustafsson's matchup far better last week, or in the previous fight that got canceled. But he's making his debut again. He's built like a brick wall. He trains out of Sweden. His game is pressure, pressure, pressure. He closes distance, mixes in takedowns. He reminds me of Merab a little bit. He thrives in dirty boxing range. He's got a strong gas tank. He just keeps walking you down. Real meat and potatoes, no nonsense. Like I said, just kind of like Merab, just relentless guy. And then there's Chaos Williams. We all know what he does. Nuclear bombs. If he touches you, your chin clean, your lights go out. He's a little wild, powerful, and athletic. He throws heat when he's backing up. The issue, he can kind of lull himself to sleep and be low volume. He can lose rounds just because of his volume. This fight's going to come down to composure. If Gustafsson can smother Williams and make him miss and work the clinch, he can grind this out. But he can also get caught by Chaos Williams, which I think if I do bet on it, which I might not, it would probably be Chaos Williams KO or Gustafsson decision. But I think Chaos Williams wins this fight, if I'm going to be completely honest. But all right, just a heads up. I'm just starting out. This is my second real UFC video. I made a couple of like Marvel Snap videos and some Modern Warfare videos way back in the day, but this is my first real attempt at making like a real channel, and I've put a lot of work into it the past few weeks. I recently cut my hand on a saw at work, so I got some time on my hands, no pun intended. So just a heads up, I'm testing out some new styles and formats on the channel, trying to get some things like worked out and like what style I want to run with, what if I want like what kind of niche I want to fill, what vibe I want to bring. Most importantly, I just want to win money for everyone. I just want to make some good bets, win money for me. It's taken me, I probably put easily 40 hours in this week alone, just getting this all set up. Obviously, I've made so much improvement from this video, or from the last video to this video, and I hope to keep improving every time I make a video. The important part, though, is I make important bets. So if I'm not making improvements, just know that my time is going into watching fights, studying that, and looking up different betting methods to win money. Like I just recently did a deep dive into Apex versus traditional UFC ring sizes, and the finish rates were kind of funny. They go up 10% in some cases for knockout finishes, just from regular cage to Apex. So that's some of the data I'm kind of looking at to give you guys some good bets. But yeah, I got a lot of time, and I'm probably going to be making a guest appearance on Perfect Parlay Pursuit. Shout out, guys. Hopefully, we click there and we make something happen there. But please throw a like to my video and stay tuned. If you got any words of encouragement or wisdom, try to be nice. Just or which style you like better out of the ones I've tried so far. I'm gonna try a couple comical ones. I might throw one on this card, just like a sample one, just to be funny. But thank you for your support. I don't have that many videos or watches or clicks or anything right now, but hopefully it'll grow very, very rapidly. I'm going to be very consistent with it, and it's going to take a lot of time. So thank you very much for your support, and I appreciate it. Good luck. Let's make some money. See you next week.